I will introduce myself with a bit of music. So this is a small improvisation from my student recorded quartet, and we put it as an opening piece of our CD, Brno. To say something about me, I love improvising and I improvise regularly, and I feel that it gives me really not just a fun, but a deep artistic satisfaction. When I discovered that this year the conference will be about improvisation, I really wanted to be part of this. So I'm very happy to be here, and it's really an honor to be with so many great teachers and improvisers here in this room. I really admire teachers who work in their profession with great passion, creativity and love. And I'm the proof that teachers can influence their students a lot. I will speak about my particular musical journey in the first part, and then I will share with you some tips from my pedagogical experience. Music has been always a big passion for me. Sadly, when I was around 20, performing and studying music was for me connected only with fear and anxiety. A very competitive environment at the Conservatory and my critical modern flute teacher made me feel very badly, with no self-confidence, and the psychological tension I experienced meant I used to play feeling a lot of pain in my cheeks, and this situation lasted for 3 years. This led me to a decision that I would never perform. I was deeply unhappy, and if I had had the possibility to see the video of Jeffery about Conservatory studies, surely it would help me. At that time, I started to play with a small music group where I was improvising. There was no improvisation at the Conservatory at the time, and sadly still there is not for most of the instruments. After concert with this group, I finally had some positive feedback on my playing, and I started bit by bit to believe in my capability as a musician. It was the only thing that gave me some light, and I didn't give up completely. That's why I say that improvisation saved my musical career. Since finishing at the Conservatory, I've been teaching recorder and improvising with the group. I attended some recorded summer workshops, which were a very positive experience. And soon I made a decision to study again, this time recorder. It took me a few years to get rid of my fear completely, but with the help of my great recorder teachers, namely Peter Holzler, Karen Van Herden, Kerstin Dedwitt, and many others, I became a player who trusts in herself. Not only did I become a performer, and I'm running my ensembles, but I also this year fulfilled my big dream. I created multi-genre performance, The Prophet of the Wind, based on a novel by Stefano Biavaschi. I created all the music. How I did it? I'm not a composer, so I was improvising a lot of melodies. I recorded them, I wrote them down, and still when I play this performance, it's partly improvised. So this was from the premiere in Italy, and I will premiere this piece next week in Czech Republic in the Czech language. This was from June from this year. And now let's go on to my tips for improvising. They are very simple, but I think they are important. The first one, improvisation is a game. That's how I present it to my students, and also Matthias Maute says this in his book Flute und Improvisation. We know that kids learn through a game, but what surprised me a lot was to discover the importance of a game for us adults. Free play is an important basic need for adults, and if it's missing in our lives, so we are out of balance. So we can help ourselves with having some improvisation. Can be in the music, can be something else. I like improvisation in a recorded lesson, and I see it as an opportunity to have more fun. Mostly I use it, for example, in initial part when I can use recorder for communicating with students. They can express themselves. How are you? Are you happy? Are you sad? Very often we do echo game or modern technique sounds. Some kids, they really love to show what they discovered from the last lesson, so we use it a lot. Number 2, putting fear aside. I think the best is to have improvisation in every lesson from very beginning, and it can become a natural skill along with reading the music. I did not have the chance. My teachers didn't introduce me to improvisation, and I started myself improvising, and bit by bit I got some experience. Mostly musicians are full of fear when they do not have score in front of them. But we know that improvisation is secure because it has rules, and there are so many parameters we can use. So we just need to assure them with clear instructions, and surely they will know what to play. We recorded players are lucky to have a lot of historical materials as well as modern methods. So I just mentioned Matthias Maute, Flute und Improvisation, or Martin Ehrhardt, Up and Ground, and many other books we can use to learn. In my country, only few music teachers include improvisation into lesson. Many lack the experience, and when I was preparing for today's presentation, I understood that this is the field where I really want to use my experience, and I started to prepare materials for lectures, for workshops, to spread more improvisation in the Czech Republic. Good relationship based on trust between the student and teacher. This is my third point. And this, for me, is very important point in general, which helps to learning process. And I always try to have positive atmosphere in the lesson and with the students, have friendly and personal relationships, which is not always easy. it's not always easy to have good relation with everyone or to respect everyone. So this is a thing I try to do. And I had really great chance to meet good teachers, and I give you one example. When I was still at the beginning of my record studies, I remember an incredible solo lesson with Jostein Gundersen in Prachatice, summer course in Czech Republic. I played the piece Ancolche col partire with diminutions by Rognoni, and what happened during the 45 minutes I really didn't expect. I learned to make my own diminutions, and it was really incredible lesson, and I remember the feeling of easy going. And I played as well at the concert this piece with Rognoni and also my diminutions. I was just blown away, as I have often been after lessons with great teachers. Thank you for that. Taking improvisation from your practicing room on stage. Maybe you have no problem with improvising at home or lesson or somewhere, but going on stage can be really a challenge for you. Once during the rehearsal with the professional players, I suggested that we could play some improvisation at the concert. And I got the answer from my colleague, "Oh, no way, forget it." And I was really shocked. Why not? She didn't explain me, and we didn't make the improvisation. But I have also another experience, for example, with my students, when I suggested this opening improvisation for our CD, that my not professional students from the music school, they had no problem, and we did this improvisation, but you could also listen. So that's another challenge which I make with my students. I do it, and it's always easier to do a small improv session in a cafe or a pub, and I could see that also in Leipzig's Improvisation Festival, and you can ask Jostein more, because he knows more about this. You can join. It's every 2 years, right, in Leipzig. This was from this summer, and I gave the students homework to write something for recorder and delay. They didn't write anything, but they came to the group lesson, and when I asked them to play the piece, they just simply improvised, and I was really surprised. I have to say more about this. This is my last point, which is called to learn and enjoy. These words I borrowed from my teacher, Petr Holzler, who used to say them quite often. And I remember my times when I was amazed by historical improvisation, starting with grounds, Renaissance diminutions, moving on to modern pieces, and lately I've become a fan of new technologies using a delay effect, and now I'm passing this to onto my students. And I'm looking forward to going ahead step by step and learning new things, because I think that we can all learn something new when we do it step by step. I will finish my presentation with another thought from my teacher: without curiosity, life ends. And I think this is, for me, this is a recipe how to never get bored with our professional. Thank you for your attention.